festivalcircuit.com and the director of the Oregon Screams Horror Film Festival. And we are joined by someone who had their trailer screen in our last event, summer 2022 at the Clinton Street Theater, director Brit Tobin. Hello, Brit. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You know, we screened your trailer for Hysterica, and we had someone come up and say, "Oh my God, where's the rest of the movie?"
Thank you guys again, by the way, to yourself, the Oregon Screams judges, everyone at the film festival circuit. You guys seriously rock for putting this together. And I'm just like, you know what? I want to show you guys the rest of the film, but right now we are currently done with our first draft of the feature, and there will be, of course, more to come with Hysterica. It's just this whole year has been sort of a whirlwind for this particular project.
Wow. Well, give us an idea. It's very interesting. It's just visually very stunning. Talk to me. What is this movie about?
So this film, I'll give you the short version and I'll give you the long version. So
Sure.
the synopsis here is just like the quick, like, elevator. A woman tells her daughter an all too real spooky story about an unwanted visitor. Okay. And the synopsis is a little bit longer one. Hysterica is a psychological horror film directed and written by me, Brit Tobin. Tucked deep in the suburbs of Anywhere, USA, on the eve of Halloween, Celeste tells her daughter a spooky allegorical parable featuring a monster that haunts her monthly. So you get the idea there. And as the thread of her daughter's vivid imagination is pulled, the monster slowly begins to present itself in the form of nightmares. And the increasingly terrifying reality of Celeste's generational curse is manifested in plain sight. So really what this film is about is, I say this most of the, we call it a period horror or period piece, right? But it is, what Hysterica aims to do is, I touched on this earlier, and I've talked about this before, is I channel a lot of my projects personally through things that I'm passionate about. And I might even go as far as to say a hate project, because it comes from a place of, I'm so angry or riled up about something. And in this case, it is a women's health issue. Which could, just like the monster, could manifest itself in different ways. You see like PCOS, endometriosis, just all sorts of problems that some women have to go through, hysterectomies at a very young age just to get rid of some of these issues. And to me, that sort of ever-present monster doesn't go away. And some of the stories that I've heard are really so horrific that the monster doesn't go away. It just kind of oftentimes gets worse. And that's what I wanted to make a film about, just to sort of address, give a face to the name, which is the monster, which ironically in the film, the feature version anyways, is exactly what the monster feeds off of. The more you talk about it and the more you say its name, sort of this, it's like a modern, what do you call it? Bloody Mary, in a way. It becomes more powerful and more dangerous. So in a nutshell, that's the core of what Hysterica is about.
That's why the judges love this. It's very creative. Your villain, your antagonist, whatever you want to call it, is very interesting. Way outside the box, different from anything we screened at the festival, and definitely an interesting storyline. So I think that by you channeling, your inner passion or your inner anger or frustration into something creative is really, really bearing fruit. I think people are very interested in seeing how this film's going to turn out.
Thank you so much.
Well, you're very welcome. And the next question I have for you is, what's the future? Where's the, you making progress with this? Are you in the funding stages? Have you shot part of it? Like, what's kind of...
So the most recent thing that we did with Hysterica was, I had garnered a little bit of attention just by telling people about it. And you see the uterus mascot, right? And that's the thing that grabs everybody. They're like, what is that about? Is that the villain? And I'm like, that's not the villain, but think about that because it does play a big part in the overall story. But yeah, back to what we're doing next with it. I sent out a scriptment to people who would be interested because I hadn't finished the feature yet. I only had, notes like laying around all over the place that I'm, sort of forging together. And of course the trailer, and I had a short script, which was like 11 pages long, I think. And I really wanted to expand on that. So I put together a scriptment. I sent that out to some actors and actresses, mostly actresses that I thought would be interested. And to my surprise, they're like, "Where's the script? I would like some more context, please." And so that I immediately, I'm over here traveling for a different project that I'm working on. But meanwhile, I'm like, I'm on the plane, like trying to type this up. And I'm like, okay, let's get this draft done so we can get it sent out and give these guys a little bit more confidence, gals, a little bit more confidence in the overall picture of what Hysterica is about. And so far, so good. I'm definitely still working on polishing it up, and a first draft, or there's never such thing as a final draft, right? But there will be more iterations of it as the months roll along here, just polishing it, tightening it up, figuring out who would be best suited for the role of Celeste. Personally, I have someone in my mind that I would like, but yeah, I'm going for sort of the subtle but strong kind of character, an actress that can, has pretty wide range and can really get into there's so much nuance to it. And with the daughter, with what she's personally going through, with these vivid, haunting nightmares that are literally like almost hallucinations happening right in front of her. And just really bring it all to life. So we're still working on like another draft to come, but so far so good, and I'm really excited with where we're headed with it.
Good stuff. I know it was a short production, but did you learn anything specifically while
You know what? I did. So back in February, there's a couple things that I learned, but back in February, the first thing I learned was, this is a joke. I was supposed to be in Atlanta for a short script, for the Hysterica short script, and we ended up getting runner-up at the Renegade Film Festival. I was so excited, and I booked my flight like the week before. So don't book the flight the week before, and definitely don't go with Spirit because my flight got dropped like that day. I was on my way to Atlanta.
Oh no!
And yeah, I was so bummed. But the thing that I learned from that was, though I didn't get to be there in person, I had this trailer that I was working on, and it wasn't my thing. The thing that was selected for Renegade was the script, not a trailer or anything like that. But I'd already put it together, and I thought, well, I'm just going to send it to them anyways and see what happens. And they liked it. So I figured if they liked it, and this is just like more of a colorful example of what the short was, just go for it. Like just see what happens. And from there, now we've been in 8 festivals for the Hysterica trailer, and it's getting more than a little bit of attention. I'm so modest, but it is getting some attention, and I wanted to make sure that it's being seen by the right people. And not only that, but I want it to be seen more because this is an issue that I care about, and I think a lot of people do. So bringing it to light in a fun horror movie with a uterus mascot is sort of one of the things that I'm pretty focused. I want to do.
Sure. Good stuff. Well, this has been great. Is there anything that you want to add before we get out of here?
I think that's it. Thank you so much for putting all this together. I really do appreciate it. You guys really go above and beyond, and I'm really happy that people are seeing the Hysterica trailer, and it's, getting so much attention.
It's doing great. You make us look good. We appreciate you. And, we really like to do this. Our judges don't have our own films and screenplays in our own festival. We're fans of you and all the filmmakers that come in and submit to us. And we just we really appreciate you. And, we like doing this. It's fun. And hopefully we can meet at a future event.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, take it easy. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.